Good evening and welcome to 365 Days of Amazing Stories with Theo Mayer. Here we are on day 225 of 2025, and I'm continuing the story of Grab All, Lose All. Our farmer, worried about being able to pay this loan shark, went out to his favorite place whenever he was disturbed about things. His favorite place was in the limbs of a big tree that overhung the river that was close to where he lived. It seemed somehow that tree gave him peace. Its branches would flow out over the water, and he would lay upon this big, trunk that canted out over the water in such a way that he could just lay back, stare up at the stars or the moon. It so happened that this night that he went out to the tree, and he told his wife that he was going out there. It happened to be a full moon. So the sun had set, and of course, as the sun set on a full moon night, the moon comes up, and so it did. He didn't need a light, no lantern to go down to the tree. He just walked along the trail and climbed up into its branches and lay himself down, staring up at the moon, wondering how he was going to get the money that he needed in order to keep that loan shark at bay. What happened? Well, he wasn't coming up with any good ideas, I can tell you that. He was pretty fretful about the whole situation. Now, that tree, oddly enough, began to shake. The farmer thought it must be an earthquake. He'd heard of them. He'd never experienced one before. But he thought this must be what an earthquake feels like. And so he wrapped his arms around that tree trunk to hold on and not roll off into the river. Now, the tree shook and shook. And then suddenly, all was peaceful and quiet. The man loosened his grip for a second, but realized that the tree was sailing off into the sky, and grabbed a hold of that tree again. Higher and higher it went, up into the sky, and then began to make its way across the landscape. Now, the man was looking down from the trunk of this tree, and he began to be delighted by this view that he had at the full moon. He could see people's fires down below. He could see people gathered around those fires, and he knew certain parts of the land that he was traveling over, but then the tree traveled so far from where he lived that he lost track of where he was. Fires disappeared. Suddenly, the tree began to go down, and the man could see that it was a place where the ocean met the land. The tree settled down, and the sand close to the ocean. The man did not quite know what to do. And so he sat upon that trunk, wondering what was going to happen next.